All right, let's get right into it. We're going to break down the big ideas from Mark Manson's huge bestseller, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And believe me, this book pretty much flips the entire self-help world on its head.
So, let me ask you something. Are you just exhausted by the constant pressure to be positive all the time? You know, the whole good vibes only thing, where you're supposed to find the bright side of everything, even when it just feels fake? Yeah, you're not alone. And this is where the book just throws a total curveball. It suggests that maybe, just maybe, the real path to a happier, more meaningful life isn't about forcing more positivity, but about caring about fewer things. It's about getting rid of the junk, not adding more stuff. To really get this, you have to understand the core idea of the book. I want you to think about your energy, your ability to care about things, like it's a budget. You only have so much to spend each and every day. This is what Manson calls your fuck budget. You only get a limited amount. So every single time you get angry about a rude comment, or you argue with some random person online, or you stress out about something totally trivial, you're spending from that budget. The whole game is about spending it wisely. And if we're honest, just look at where most of that energy goes. It's kind of scary, right? For a lot of us, huge chunks of our day are eaten up by work drama, worrying about what strangers think, or replaying old arguments. And that leaves this tiny little sliver for the things that actually matter. Okay, so if we have to be smart about our budget, where do we spend it? Well, Manson's answer is simple. Spend it on choosing your struggles. See, life is always going to have problems. That's a guarantee. The secret isn't trying to have a problem-free life. It's about finding problems you enjoy solving. And this really boils down to your values, what you choose to care about. Bad values are usually shallow things that are out of your control, like trying to be popular or always being right. They just create more problems. But good values, things like honesty or self-respect, they're different. They give you a better class of problems to deal with. And here's the big light bulb moment. Happiness isn't this magical state of no problems. No way. Happiness is the process of solving the problems you've chosen to care about. Want to get in shape? The struggle in the gym is a good problem. That's where the happiness is. Now, this whole idea of choosing your problems leads us straight to another massive concept, taking responsibility. And let's be super clear here. This has nothing to do with blame. It's not about saying everything is your fault. It's about owning your response to what happens. Look, you can't control the fact that you got stuck in a massive traffic jam. That's not on you. But you are 100% responsible for how you react. Do you spend your precious budget on screaming and road rage, or do you take a breath and figure out what to do next? That choice, that's where your power is. And taking responsibility also means you have to completely change the way you look at failure. Because if you're tackling problems that are actually worth solving, guess what? You're going to fail. A lot. But failure isn't the end of the road. It's just part of the process. You try, you fail, you learn something, and you get a little better. That loop is how all growth happens. Period. So when you start choosing what to care about and taking responsibility for your life, something deeper starts to happen. You begin to live with a real sense of purpose that's grounded in reality. Now this next one, this might sting a little at first, but it is so incredibly liberating. The constant, crushing pressure to be exceptional, to be some kind of unique genius, it's exhausting. It just drains your budget. Manson says that when you finally accept that you're pretty much ordinary, like everyone else, it frees you. The pressure is off, and you can just get to work building a good life. And letting go of being special helps you avoid one of the biggest energy vampires out there, entitlement. You know, that sneaky feeling that you deserve for things to be easy just because, well, because you're you. But life doesn't work that way. A good life is earned by solving those problems we talked about. And maybe the biggest reality check of all, the one that cuts through all the noise, is simply remembering that you're going to die. Now, that's not meant to be dark or depressing. It's a tool. It's the ultimate filter. When you remember your time is limited, it suddenly becomes way easier to stop wasting your energy on things that just don't matter.
Okay, so we've gone through all the big ideas, but what can you actually do with this stuff? How do you put it into practice today? Let's get into the actionable takeaways.
So it really just comes down to this. First, you have to stop pouring your budget into worrying about what other people think. Instead, pick just a few core values that really mean something to you and let them guide you. And as you go, you have to accept that failure isn't just possible, it's necessary. And through it all, you own your reactions and live with purpose.
And this is so important to understand.
This isn't about being careless or becoming apathetic. It's the exact opposite. It's about becoming so intentional. It's about caring so much about what's truly important to you that you have no time or energy left for the stuff that isn't.
So, to wrap this all up, I want to leave you with a direct question. Think about it right now. Based on all of this, what is one unimportant thing that's been draining your budget that you can decide to stop caring about starting right now?